Alright, today I'm going to pull the transmission out of this thing, get it all rebuilt and fixed up, put back in and everything. Because as you can see, it's still sitting in the same spot as when I brought it home. I've been kind of injured from, I crashed my mini quad here the other week really bad and messed up my hand super bad, so I haven't been able to do anything really other than computer work. So this is what I'm talking about, my mini quad. It's super fun. It's got 110cc. So that thing is just insanely fun for wheelies and ripping around small trails and stuff. See, I have a 08 KX 450F as well that I ride the shit out of that thing too, but as you can see it's beat to shit now too. I love that thing, but yeah, this is the thing that hurt me. But I'm finally starting to get better here that I'll be able to work on this thing today. But I haven't been doing nothing. I've been working on the tuning for these things and I've made awesome progress too. I've got this thing fully deleted on HP tuners and EFI Live, and I also have switch on the fly on EFI Live, obviously because they got CSP5, but I also got switch on the fly on HP tuners too, using my own switch. So as you can see here, this thing, the thing's unplugged. These things here, they're unplugged. The throttle motor down here is unplugged. The DPF differential pressure sensor is gone. The 4 PGT sensors and the 2 oxygen sensors, they're all gone too. And I'll show you, I'll start it up right now. There's no codes or anything, no C deal now or anything like that. So yeah, I got it all working pretty good here in the shop, but I can't drive it yet because the transmission doesn't work. Here, we'll see what it does. Put it in gear here. It doesn't do anything. Oh, we're moving. Yeah, I see it just threw a code for the transmission. So I've got it as far as I can take it. I'm going as far as I can go with a truck that doesn't move, but I was just making use of my time while I was injured and couldn't do anything like physical on the truck. So yeah, tuning's good to go. That will be coming soon. I just gotta fix the truck so I can drive it and finish dialing it in. But today, I'm gonna rip the transmission out and try to figure out what's going on with it. You see I got a billet single disc torque converter and a full rebuild kit there. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. Oh man, this is gonna be ridiculous. Look at all that dirt. That was just me picking at the oil pan bolts with a screwdriver. This thing is just coated in mud. Fuck. Alright, I'm making some progress on this thing. I just draining the fluid right now. You can see it doesn't look very clean. It's super brown. It smells horrible too. It's super burnt. But it's a pretty big pain in the ass getting everything unplugged from this thing because I think they were like stuck and goosing on it in the mud and then broke the transmission and then towed it home, and that's that, because it's completely covered in mud underneath, like caked super bad. And usually it only takes a couple dry days of driving down the highway and it all falls off usually, but it's caked on there. So that might have been what happened. We'll see. Find out soon enough once I get this thing out of there. Check it out, this thing has a 1-piece aluminum drive shaft. All my other trucks always had the 2-piece steel drive shaft. Okay, well I got everything disconnected and pretty much ready to go here. I only got 2 bolts left in the bell housing, and then the transfer case is sitting on that stand there. I'm just about to get this plastic pallet here under there, and then I'm going to lift it up with my forklift. Because we did it like that the other day on Mitch's truck when we were rebuilding his transmission, and it worked really well. This one's a bit lower, so it might be, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. It's a lot better than balancing it on that thing and getting it out. So yeah, I'm gonna get set up for that and hopefully I don't drop this thing. Okay, well I got it out and didn't drop it on myself, so that's pretty good. So just gonna take it outside and give it a little bit of a pressure wash because it's a pain in the ass to tear it apart when there's a bunch of dirt falling in it, so I'm gonna go give it a good wash, and then yeah, we'll start tearing it down. I think it should be pretty obvious what the issue is in there, because the fluid is just completely ruined and burnt up, so I'm sure we're gonna find some carnage. Okay, I got that torque converter and transfer case. They're off and out of the way now. I put my transmission up here so it drips the fluid in the bucket instead of making a big mess. So I think I'm just going to start with taking all these sensors and stuff out. And there's another one over here. And probably rip this rear housing off. And then, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here because I've never rebuilt one of these before. So I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. But I do have pretty good documentation on these. And there's tons of good videos online already, so shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, well, I just ripped all the bolts out of the back of this, and then this thing just pretty much pulled off. There's a couple little notches out of the case on both sides here you can use to pry on, but it pretty much just came right off. But check out this fluid though. It's so bad. It smells so bad too. I'm assuming once this thing started having issues, they didn't stop driving it because it was just like a crew truck, so I'm sure they didn't care at all. They just kept driving it once it had issues, and they just kept driving it some more until it didn't drive anymore. Poor thing. But yeah, we'll get it all fixed up. Okay, well, there's nothing much going on back here. It's just this park rod that was pushed on this park thing, but there's a C-clip here. See, here's the park thing. I just pulled the C-clip off, and this guy came out. And then, yeah, there's not really else I can take off back here, so I'm going to flip it upside down and pull the valve body out. Okay, I got that pan off, and those filters, pulled them out of there. And now I'm just about to take out these 8mm around here. And then, yeah, valve body should just fall out. It's not a very good design, it seems like. There's no support for the valve body in the middle, only in there on the outsides, so you would think with a lot of pressure it would probably warp. But I don't know, I've never really worked on these. Oh man, we're definitely gonna find some carnage in here. Look at this thing. It's so dirty in here. But yeah, it was just these, just all these bolts are all the same size. Pulled those out, just fell right out, and then yeah, it doesn't really look like there's anything else in here too, so I think I'm going to try to pop this cover off now and try to go through there. Okay, well, this thing doesn't come out very easy from the front here, so I just jabbed a screwdriver through there, as you can see, smashed it with a hammer and it came right off. So now looks like we got a couple bolts here, and then we can take this oil pump thing out of here. And then yeah, I guess we'll go from there. Okay, I just pulled this pump out of there, and I want to take it all apart and have a look what's going on in there. But I want to get some space on my table first, so I'm just going to pull everything out of this case so I can get it off to the side, and then I'll just take everything apart one at a time. This piece here just pulled out as well. I didn't have to take out any snap rings or anything. There's a bearing in here that's trying to fall out, and another one back here. But yeah, I'll put this to the side, and then looks like we got a snap ring here now. So we'll rip that out next and we'll keep going. Okay, you gotta note this snap ring here. It's like a taper on one side. The taper goes to the outside. And then yeah, this thing just came out, and there's a bearing on the back you don't want to lose. Looks like some clutches in here. So I'll put this thing off to the side for now, and then, oh, another bearing in there. Put this thing off to the side for now, and then I'll keep pulling stuff out. Okay, I just pulled off one more, just regular snap ring, and then this set of clutches and this planetary just popped out. Nothing crazy so far. And then I just yanked on this piece and it came out too. And that's the output shaft there. Looks like we just got, I don't know, it looks like a one-way clutch or something here. So, let me see if I can get that last piece out there. Then I can get this transmission or the case off my table and have a little bit more space to work. Clean it up real nice, and then yeah, we can really start pulling these clutches apart and having a look if we can find the issue. Okay, I just pulled another regular snap ring off, and then this whole last piece with the one-way clutch just pulled out. And now there's nothing left in there. Awesome. The only thing that's really in here is this park rod shifter mechanism, but it can stay in there, I think. So yeah, now I can get this thing off my bench and out of the way, and I can clean up my bench so it's a little nicer work area here, not as dirty. And then yeah, I'm interested to find out what's actually wrong with this thing. Looks like there's a couple sets of clutches in here, and then there's maybe one in here, definitely some right here. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll have a look here. Okay, got that thing out of the way, so now I got a little more room to work here. So I might as well start at the front with the oil pump here. And yeah, I don't really know how to take it apart, so I don't know. Just gonna rip this thing apart, see if there's anything wrong with it, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, well, I just pulled these bolts out, and this thing just kind of fell out of there. And then pulled all these bolts out of the valve body oil pump thing here. And they're all the same size. I'm just kind of flopped open here, and we got a steel plate in the middle. And I noticed there's a little flapper thing in here. Don't want to lose that. I don't really see any noticeable wear though, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I think we might be okay here. It's not looking too bad. Let's take a look at this one. I mean, it's a little dark, but maybe it's supposed to be like that. Maybe I'll go look for some photos. Doesn't seem worn in any way though. I can't feel any scratches, so we're probably okay here. So I'm just gonna give this thing a good clean, and yeah, I'll look up, make sure those aren't supposed to be a different color. Maybe they got really hot, but there's no scratches, so it should be okay. Okay, I pulled the other half of this valve body oil pump thing apart. Pulled all the valves out of it and stuff, and I really didn't see any noticeable wear on any of this stuff, or in the bores, or anything like that. So I think we might be okay with this whole oil pump thing here, so I'm pretty much just going to clean it all up and put it back together, really. Except for I did notice this one's black and this one's not black. So I'm going to look at that first before I do put it back together, but it doesn't seem to be any wear, so it should be okay. Just working on getting these seals replaced here. I just pulled the old ones off here. The new ones seem like they do have a little more spring to them, so maybe they were a little worn out. I don't know. Either way, everything here is good to go and put back together and clean, so I just gotta bolt that back on there, and then oil pump is done. And we'll move on to the next piece here. I actually get to see some clutches, see if we can find some carnage in here. Alright, I just pulled this snap ring off, and then this pressure plate came off. And there's some clutches in here. You can see the friction material is starting to flake off this one, and it's definitely super black. And this steel here, let's have a look at it. It definitely got hot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's done. That's completely warped. What else we got in here? I do have more steels and clutches, so it should be okay. Yeah, these are crazy burnt up. I don't know what this does. I'm gonna look up what these clutches do, and then we'll get a better idea what's going on here. Okay, I pulled the next set of clutches out, and as you can see, they are also very burnt up. I looked it up real quick, and I think they're the overdrive clutches, so it's not surprising that those are burnt up. They take a lot of abuse. So yeah, all these just kind of split apart like that. I'll get that off to the side, and then another clip here, and a pressure plate, and then another set of clutches in here. Okay, well I put another snap ring out, and I noticed it was broken here, but that's probably not too big a deal. Then there's a pressure plate, another snap ring, and then the set of clutches here that's just completely burnt up, as you can see. It's not in very good shape at all. So far this whole transmission's been burnt up. This is definitely taking a beating. So yeah, I guess I'll just pull out these next snap rings here and get these last pistons out. I do have some replacement pistons because I imagine these got really hot and melted any seals that were in there. So I have some replacements for those. So I guess we'll just keep tearing this thing down, and then we'll start cleaning it up, and we'll find our replacement parts and try to get it all back in there. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on in this thing. So I pulled this thing out, this piston thing. I got a replacement one of these, and then allowed me to get to this snap ring, and then I was able to pull this whole drum apart. And you can see there's some more seals in here that are going to need to be replaced, and on here. So yeah, basically just going to get all this stuff all cleaned up as good as I can, make it look brand new again, and then start to sort through my parts here. You can see I just got a single disc billet torque converter and all kinds of stuff, just a full rebuild kit really. Your pistons and some bushings, filter, another filter, clutches, should be some steels in here too, some steels, what else, more steels, or no, that's the one-way roller bearing for the rear of the transmission, this guy here. I didn't know if it was going to be broken or not, so I just got one anyways. And yeah, that's it. So all this stuff got to go in there. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and we'll start getting it put back together. Oh yeah, it's got seals as well. I've just already been picking through those and installing them, so yeah. Just trying to clean this thing up here, and yeah, it's super dirty. It's taken a lot of work to get it clean, but I also noticed here, if I can show it, there's like a bunch of burrs on the metal in there. So that would definitely hang up, the clutches would definitely hang up on that stuff. So I'm going to have to spend a bit more time on this drum here and pretty much go through and file every single one down here a little bit and clean it up. Wouldn't be a bad idea to replace this drum. It's starting to get pretty bad, but yeah, I should be able to salvage it. I'll just clean up all these so it's nice and smooth so the clutches don't get hung up in anything, and I'll just clean it up a little more too. I've just been using like a red Scotch-Brite trying to get all this black shit out of there. It's coming up okay, but it's it's a lot of work. It'd be nice if I had like a hot water tank or something, but I don't know, maybe one day. Okay, well this thing didn't really take too much work to clean up with a file, so this should be good to go now. And I ripped all the old seals out of all these pieces, and got the new seals right here. Well, you can't see in the light, but got the new seals here ready to go. So I'm going to get those thrown in there, and then just get this part back together, and then I'll start working on getting all this back in there. Okay, I'm getting this thing together here. I just got that my new piston in, the one that replaced this one. Super big pain in the ass, because you see it's got this lip seal here, and it like gets hung up in there and it doesn't go in, and you gotta like, I was using a feeler gauge here to get the lip seal in there, but yeah, it took a while. Pretty big pain in the ass. But it's in there now, so now I got my springs on there, and then I'm gonna get my other new piston thing. I'm gonna put it on there, another clamp, and then we can start building the stack clutches. Okay, well I got all this shit in here. It's a super big pain in the ass because you have to like fit this one in there first, and then you gotta fit this other lip seal inside that one, all in here, and this just doesn't go in very easy, but I got it in there and I didn't wreck the lip seals, and I got the clip in there too. I didn't even have to press it on. I was able to just put the clip there and then kind of hit it with my screwdriver, and it snapped in there. So this is all good to go now, so I'm gonna get the rest of this shit all ready to go and then jam it in there. Alright, I got this thing back together and I'm like 99% sure I got it all back together properly because I took my time and just made sure I did everything exactly how the book said it should be done. And I put like 5 underdrive clutches, 6 overdrive clutches, and then 2 reverse clutches. You can see here the reverse clutches are double-sided, and then a steel, and then another reverse clutch, and then these are the underdrive, I think? Yeah, underdrive. No, overdrive. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are the ones that are like one side is a friction, and one side is a steel. And these are all the seals that are replaced, and these are the last set of clutches there. There's 5 of those, and then these pistons, these seals on the shaft that goes into the torque converter there, the input shaft, and then the last bearing just goes in the bottom of that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this thing turned out. So I'm going to wrap it up in a bag so it doesn't get dirty in my dirty shop here. Put it off to the side, and then yeah, on to the next thing. Okay, I'm starting to tear this next piece down now. And I pulled these clutches out. You can see these ones are fine. They could be put back in probably, but I'm going to replace them anyways just because I have new clutches. And this other piston here I pulled out. And this one, it looks like I'm going to have to compress these springs down to be able to get this clip off, so I'm going to have to figure something out there. But yeah, other than that though, this whole section here looks fine. Okay, I'm just checking out these second gear clutches. They don't look too bad. I noticed this first one's kind of got some missing pieces though. It's not very good. But yeah, I'm just going to replace all those anyways, and there's nothing else I can really do here. So put this off to the side again, and then yeah, off to the next piece. This one here, let's see what's going on in here. Okay, not much going on in this thing, just some planetaries and some bearings, that's about it. So get this stuff cleaned up and then on to the next piece. Okay, I think this thing is a low reverse drum. And you can see there's a piston down here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that thing out of there so I can replace it. And we got this one-way roller bearing thing here, and it seems to work in one way. Doesn't seem to be any problems with it, so I guess I could just reuse this, or I don't know, I might just throw the new one in just because I have it. And then these clutches here, they seem fine. They don't seem burnt up or anything like that, so that's good. So I guess I'll just clean everything up here and replace that piston, and then we'll put my new clutches in. Alright, last piece here. The valve body. Oh no, I'm dripping. Oh no! Damn it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tear this thing apart now. Start ripping all these screws out, and then a couple accumulators and stuff. These things look pretty simple, so it shouldn't take too long. Okay, I just ripped all those screws out, and they're all the same size. So that's nice. And then, yeah, rip this top plate off, rip the steel, and then there's a couple check balls on this side. can see I got 3 over here, 1 over here, and then 1 right in the middle here, and then these 2 are empty. So yeah, made note of that, put those in a bag, get them out of the way, and then yeah, I'm gonna reuse this thing, because I don't think there's anything wrong with that thing, but I don't know, we'll see, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna get the rest of these accumulators out of there, and these valves too, and just clean everything up. We should be okay in here. I do have some new seals for the accumulators too. I'll put those on while I'm in here. Alright, she's fully stripped down now. Got all the valves and accumulator pistons and everything out of there. So, just gotta give it a good clean now. As you see, it's filthy. And then, yeah, slam it back together. Okay, valve body stuff, it's all cleaned up. Put new seals on all my accumulator pistons and new filter thing on that. So, just about to slam it all back together and then finally start putting all the stuff back in that case there. Okay, well I'm going to start putting everything back in here now. I got this case nice and cleaned up. I used hot water in my pressure washer and lots of degreaser and just sprayed all the ports out. Cleaned the outside as good as I could. Was thinking about painting it, but meh, don't really need to. I don't really care. So I'm gonna put start putting all the stuff back in there. Okay, I got that one-way clutch and then the low reverse clutches and then the planetary sets in there, and then I just put my pressure plate in here for my 4th gear clutches. Now I'm just about to stack those in there with some new steels that I got, and then I don't know, whatever's in the next bag there goes in next. Okay, I got those 2nd gear clutches, I think, or 4th gear. I don't know. One of these two is 2nd gear and one's 4th gear. But yeah, I got those ones in there all loaded up, and I got this clip in there. So now this piston set can sit on there. I gotta make sure to line up these holes at the bottom. But I guess you can't really fuck that up because it's just 2 pins here and then 3 pins on this side. It's the same in the case here. You see 3 down there and 2 up there. So yeah, I'll get that thing in there, put another C-clip on the other side, and then I can put my whole input drum assembly in there next. Okay, I got the rest of the stuff in there, and I got the valve body in there now. So we're all pretty much good to go here. I just gotta put the pan on, and then put the transfer case on, and then the new torque converter, and then I'll throw it back in there. Well, that's it. It's all back together. Ready to go. Got the converter in there and everything. Just gotta get it back in the truck now. This is the worst part of it. Such a pain in the ass working under there. But I got Forky here to help me, so not that bad. Okay, it's back in there. Got everything hooked up. It's filled up with fluid. I put it in gear a couple times and moved it forwards and backwards, and it moves, so that's a good sign. So just move my other Cummins here out of the way, and I'm going to take her for a rep and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't just completely burn up the first time I drive it. Okay, I'm just about to hit 2nd gear. Well, that was the 2nd gear for the first time. Hell yeah. Alright, well I'm gonna be driving up this hill here now, so let's see how this goes. I literally just pulled out of my shop. This is the first drive. Feels pretty normal so far. Oh, I hit 3rd gear. I have low washer fluid. Oh, 4th gear? What, 5th or overdrive or something? Okay, that's interesting. Let's slow down and speed up again. Seems to be working, so that's good. Go from a stall. Oh man, it feels really good. I'm gonna keep driving it around here and just see if it gets any better as it learns, and we'll go from there. Kind of going up a hill here. Seems to shift pretty good, but I don't have much experience with these transmissions, so I don't know what it's supposed to shift like. It does seem to jump pretty good though. Really quiet. I'm not used to this. It's really weird. Alright, well I've been driving this thing around for like an hour now. I put like 80 kilometers on it, and I haven't noticed any problems at all. Like it just shifts. I don't know how these things should shift. It seems like it doesn't slip at all, and it just drives nice. Like here, I give it some pedal. Just takes off. Whoa. Yeah, it takes off, and I'll slow down, and we'll go through the gears right from a stop here. Yeah, we're not moving now. Second, third, fourth, lock up, fifth, sixth. Yeah, this thing revs pretty good. Shifts really nice and firm. It's like, I don't know. I don't have much experience with a 68 RFE, so I don't really know how they're supposed to shift or anything like that, but it seems like it works pretty good to me. So I think I'm going to start daily driving this thing and just put some good kilometers on the transmission and see how it holds up. And then, yeah, I'm going to get into tuning these things and see how I can make it hold up better than stock. So yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe too, so you don't miss my other videos. I think I'm going to tear the whole interior out of this thing tomorrow, and I got to fix the blend door because I have no air coming from anywhere. There's just noises under the dash, but no air. So that's not cool. And these stupid, gross cloth seats, those are disgusting. So I got some brand new leather replacement covers or whatever, so I'll rip all the cloth out of the whole truck and I'll replace them with leathers. Probably make a video doing that tomorrow. And yeah, clean it all up because it's just disgusting. Like, look at, what is this? Like, what is this shit all over the interior? Like, this thing is just, it's beat. So yeah, I'm gonna give it some love tomorrow, get it all cleaned up. I got some new tires for the back of it, and then hopefully it passes inspection. Don't think it'll be too big a deal, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, like the video if you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe too. Here, I'll hit the exhaust brake here. The factory exhaust brake. You can't even hear it though, because it's... I gotta fix this exhaust, man. It's too quiet. Here's 6. Let's go down again. 4th. Awesome.